this Trumpet Extensions is dedicated to the tricky technique of split tones. It's a way of playing that allows us to play two notes at the same time. Now, it's not like a dyad on the piano or a marimba where you're just hearing two very clear pitches. In this particular sound on the trumpet, it's very, very complex. You're going to hear a lot of interference, and you will hear mainly the top note, but also sort of hints of the lower partial. So for instance, say I'm playing an A, second space A, you will hear mostly the A, but also a little bit of the E below it, the partial below. So the A, and then I can introduce that split tone. Composers. There are a few things to remember when doing this. Firstly, when you're thinking about the harmonic series, remember that on trumpet, the lowest notes are not actually the fundamentals. So they're actually the first overtone or the second partial. Second, though it's possible higher, I find that this technique works best in the sort of middle or lower end of the higher register. Moving from note to note when doing split tones is not even close to being the same as just playing chromatically on the horn. So moving quickly from split tone to split tone is going to be quite difficult. I would also say that you're going to want to touch base with your trumpet player about this, whether this is a technique that they're comfortable with, whether it's a thing that they can do. You can learn how to do this. It takes a little bit of time, but you will want to make sure that you're having an open communication with your performers before you just write this and hand it to somebody. Notation-wise, I like the way that Adam Zahller notated this in his piece for Load Bank titled Ledascape. Trumpeters. There are many ways to work on this, but I will just tell you what has worked best for me. At first, you're going to want to start with a normal played, very comfortable note. Let's say that same A I was using before. So go ahead and sustain that, and then once you get that going, I want you to pinch your lips just a little bit more than you would when you're playing, and I want you to slowly sort of pull the instrument off your face, but still maintaining contact. And you'll sort of mess with that and figure out exactly where it starts to lock in. For a bit, you're going to make some pretty ridiculous sounds, like you just heard, but embrace it. Once you get the split tone to work, then you're going to want to try to see how long you can keep it stable, or as stable as a split tone can be. And then once you get more comfortable with it, see if you can try starting it quicker. So the goal would be to be able not to have to start with the played note and then go into the split tone, but actually just start the split tone or start something that is closer to the split tone right away. This technique may feel a bit strange at first, but it should never hurt, and actually you may find it kind of relaxing once you get going with it. Have fun with this one. Thanks for checking out this episode of Trumpet Extensions.